Purchase any car battery to be in the draw. Battery World, powering Aussies for 25 years. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy this afternoon, 15. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 18. Wednesday showers, 14. And Thursday showers continuing, 17. Right now it's 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
200 victims. Extraordinary new indecent filming allegations against a western suburbs masseur. Fire exposes the modern gadget turned hidden danger inside SA homes. Controversial staffing changes to try to fix Qantas. A breakthrough new arthritis treatment. And how to avoid expensive damage from DIY disasters. I'm Brenton Braglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
SA's greatest rivalry on radio. The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Good afternoon. It is a new era for the 5AA Sports Show. As some say, it's history here in the making. Stephen Rowe, Tim Jennifer, good afternoon.
Oh, thanks, Leith. Look, it is exciting. I won't play it down after years of whining and whinging from Port people. Campaign after campaign, Timmy. The 5AA Sports Show has finally got a Port great in the seat. He's not only a great, he's a ripping fella. Timmy G, welcome sincerely and good luck.
Thanks very much. I didn't realise you were going to be in here. But anyway, that's all right. We'll continue with the show. I thought it was going to just be me, but you're still here.
I think you could carry that off quite well. Hey, look, as a mate, I can give you just one piece of advice. Whatever I do the exact opposite. No, but truly, I've got some rules, Leith, Sam and I. Commandments, are they, or rules?
Yeah, a bit of both.
Bit of commandments. Number one, no singing.
Yeah.
You can bring your guitar infrequently.
I actually agree with you.
But I think you're a worse singer than Cornsey.
Now that's insulting.
Hang on.
That's insulting.
No, maybe a bit better.
Very,
okay.
Yeah.
It is 80 crows, 20% other. You're the other.
Oh.
I know we joked
This
about
is
that
why
in the
this has
sport,
happened.
right?
0 from 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Now, my old mate Scoopy-Doo, or anybody in Melbourne that hates on me, hates on you. We're a team. If anyone hates on you, they hate on me. We're a team. Now, that's how you played your whole career.
Absolutely. I'm happy
team.
with that. That's not a drama.
I'm right behind it. So if I have a fight with Caro, you come off the top turnbuckle. Yeah. Similarly, if you do, I'll be with you. No prison bars in the studio in these four walls, ever.
Who made these rules?
Well, you can have your own.
Who made these rules?
2 Crow supporters.
You were in the meeting.
that one didn't get through.
And being a born and bred Port man, I think this one is the most important. We do get a lot of things come on our desk. Just don't steal anything.
It's too late.
And guess what?
Should have told me earlier.
Timmy, and I reckon we're going to get on just fine.
You know, you did get a phone call this afternoon.
Oh, who from?
Yeah, well, you got a phone call saying your boat might be going the other way.
I did too.
Who's to say I haven't been beyond that?
Timmy. Oh, did you do that? Was that honestly you?
No, it wasn't me.
No, at 3 o'clock today, my son rings. He's come back from training. He said, Dad, I'm just driving down Tapley's Hill Road and I reckon your boat was going the other way behind a Land Cruiser. Now, my nearest, there's only about 3 of them in the state. And you heard me. I said, James, get on after. He said, Dad, it's long gone. I mean, why wouldn't he turn around and help me out?
Did he go and check it out at home?
No, he went home and it was still sitting there. But it's all locked up. So those that think they can steal my boat, it ain't happening.
Because we were going to drop Glenn Boss today and actually get Dave Muir from SA Police to try and find Rowey's boat. But it's all good. It's at home.
But Timmy, in all honesty, this would be a dream for you, wouldn't it?
Oh, look,
I mean, we've worked together.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey, how long ago?
It was
20-odd years ago.
Yeah, I think 28 years ago. Back
And
in
now we're here
94 with the
together.
Sunday roast. So here we go from Sundays to Monday to Friday. So perfect.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, let's get into it. Port Adelaide, what do you think?
Look, for me, they were blown away by really finals-hungry Richmond. The third quarter, they just went a class above. They couldn't contain Bolton. I thought Nankervis got on top of Port Adelaide and dominated in the ruck, and then they started to take away the clearances as well. So it just looked like a team that probably needs a break. And that is
They've been pushing up all year.
They've been pushing up all year trying to survive since the 0-5 start. They look like a team that is just about ready for that break. And the issue with that is you've got 2 games to go, and none more important this year than the last one, the showdown. And the form line of your boys is a lot better than Port Adelaide's at the moment.
to lose that, Tim?
Well,
I can see the worry on your face.
Well, it worried me in the first loss. That was one that we should have won. So that's one that got away. You have to make up for it now because the form line of Port's not great. They've won 1 out of their last 6. Crows have got a bit of confidence out of their last couple of weeks. But you heard, Koshy this morning wasn't too pleased about the way things were going either.
We will get to that. Before we do talk more about Port Adelaide, we've got Peter on the line from the city. Peter, welcome.
Yeah, g'day, Rowey. G'day, Timmy. How are you?
Hey, Pete. Good, mate.
Oh, hang on. This is the Premier, Tim. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He didn't even know it was you, Premier.
No, I had no idea. Hello, Premier.
Well, this is also foreign to us, Rowey, because we've got a Port Adelaide supporter sitting in the chair next to you now, mate.
Oh, well, your agitation got him in and you getting elected. So, well done, Pete.
Well, I've got to say, I think the program has already taken a massive turn for the better, Rowey. I think it's a celebration for so many Port supporters out across our beautiful state at the moment. It just would have been nice if we had got that win over the line against Richmond on the weekend.
And Premier, I know that yourself and Tom Koutsantonis also Port Adelaide supporter. Is it true that 1994 is your absolute pinnacle in your supporting career, the 94 grand final?
94 is that one that is special to all of us, particularly, so I was a teenage boy in that, that 94, 95 premiership era, and 96 as well. And so I was at peak footy obsession. 94 was amazing, but there's something about 96 that gets me pretty excited because we were massive underdogs going into the final series that year. We'd lost to Central repeatedly throughout the course of the minor round, and I think even in the finals as well. So then to finally get a win as massive underdogs in the grand final in 96 has got a pretty special place in my heart. And who can forget the preliminary final with Scotty Hodges against Nord as well? Yeah,
well, Pete, can you remember 97?
No, I've erased that from my memory, Roy.
Were you there, Premier? I think we won by what, Tim? 73
yeah, I wouldn't miss any of them. Yes, I was there in 97 and it hurt. It was absolutely devastating. But that's why I'm more than happy to talk about that 96 prelim.
Before we let you go, Premier, Tim won't answer this one. You lose the last 2. Would you sack Ken?
Oh, dear. I'm a fan of Ken Rowey. He's been such a extraordinary servant of the club for a long period of time, and we have had pretty strong periods of success. And we're Port Adelaide supporters. Preliminary finals bite hard, but the truth is we haven't been that far away from the big dance for a bit of time. Injuries hurt us this year. Look, it's a tough call. I'll leave it to the board and others to make that decision. But whether Ken coaches the footy club next year or not, there's not going to be a Port supporter out there that wouldn't acknowledge he's done a lot for the club and deserves our respect.
Okay, I agree wholeheartedly, Premier. Just one last one. Is there any state government funding for paying out executives of that kind at football clubs?
Not anytime soon. Anytime soon. But we are happy to work with Port and the Crows on facilities and things like that.
Premier, thank you for ringing in. Tim has
much appreciated.
You did surprise me. Had no idea. Yeah. There's a few secrets, and you're one of the best. Premier Peter Malinauskas, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Good luck, Timmy.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, he loves you.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
You honestly did not know that was him, did you?
No, I didn't. I think we're taking the call early. This is good. Yeah,
well, we generally don't do that in the opener. We just get straight in it. Now, you want to finish your Port?
No, absolutely. I think Pete. He was like a lot of people. It's like this is going to be really tough. So the end of this year, the conversations between the board and all the coaching staff, it's going to be tough. Now, I think we threw to Koshy this morning. He was with the breakfast boys, and it sounds like he wants some change.
I think the whole program, it's not just one individual person, it is the whole program. Turn it around or watch out. Every single person's role will be assessed at the end of the year, and we're not afraid to make change.
So the conversations are going to probably already start, but I think...
But it's changed.
Yeah.
We've got him, he's ours, he's in, nothing's changing. Matthew Richardson, the CEO on ABC, I heard say a similar thing. You lose the last 2.
Yeah, look, I know what you're saying, it's pressure. My question that keeps coming back to, can Port Adelaide actually part ways with Ken?
Well, I tried to get some funding from the Premier.
You did indeed, but I'm of the understanding that contract can't be broken or paid out.
No.
So it's going to be a conversation where, does Ken want to go on? Mm-hmm. Or has Ken got another opportunity?
Do you want him to go on?
I actually probably think that it'd be nice to part ways amicably.
Yeah, nice way of putting it.
Yeah, I think,
And he deserves
like Peter said, he's done
that respect.
correct, because
I'm
he's
a massive fan.
came in at a very low point.
My word.
In Port Adelaide's history, and was able to get us back on our feet very quickly. It's just probably that conversation to have now is, let's make sure that we don't end this the wrong way.
No, well said. Before we go to the break, and we will take your calls, Timmy G in the chair, how good's that, hey? Look, you can't wipe that little Cheshire grin off your face. Like you're holding the cup up of 94.
Is it 6 o'clock already?
I'll be making you feel like 97. Here we go. Hey, that was a sensational away win by the Crows. We were talking about this. Forget where Eagles were on the ladder. There were 50,000 screaming fans there, absolutely rooting for Josh Kennedy to kick his 10. He ended up kicking 8.
And didn't play well.
Oh, it was every time it went into the forward line, they were looking for him. And after the week the club had, to be able to park the camp professionally and to do that and to fight and scrap, superb win.
Oh, just guts. And we were able to grind the game out. You know, to have them coming at us in the last, and for our guys to stand up and just see it out, especially such a young group. And as I said before, the noise was... I was on the bench tonight, so I got to hear it. It was incredible. One of the best atmospheres that I've seen and been involved in. So for our guys to be able to stand up under that pressure and see it out and get a win, this is stuff that you just can't set up. We got a finals atmosphere today.
Was the third time they kicked over 100 points, which I love. Last week they had 65 inside 50s. They were terrific this week for conversions, 8 different goal kickers, and Tex only got the one. It's a good sign, Timmy, and we'll speak to Ned McHenry about that. Just before we go to the break, I was thinking out aloud. So the Crows are 7 wins. Port Adelaide are 8 wins. You've got Essendon at Marvel, who play the game well. Crows should beat North, 8 wins apiece. If you want to know what you're
building it up,
for,
aren't you?
If you want to know what you're playing for in Showdown 52,
oh yeah,
could you, for 1 minute, think the Crows could finish above you on the ladder this year?
No, and I still refuse to think it. So,
Timmy,
I think for Port Adelaide, it's really the one feather they want to put in their cap for the end of this year is to make sure that they get that showdown win.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I think it's going to be a cracking game.
Cafe de Village text before we go to the break. How many phone books is Timmy sitting on? See, they're coming. Timmy G, they're coming.
How do you think I got my licence?
It is day one for Tim Geneva. If you'd like to call 8223 0000. Port Adelaide fans, Crows fans, have your say on the weekend's footy. Big show on the way. Timmy, no stranger. Rowey, you as well, to some silverware. Jess Stenson will be here with a Commonwealth Games gold medal, and Glenn Boss will be bringing in the $300,000 2022 Melbourne Cup. That'll be in the studio. Mark Bigley's here, this being a Monday. Nathan Bassett and Ned McHenry. Before the break, Shane has called in all the way from Queensland.
Hello, Shane.
How you going, Rowey? You well?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. Big welcome to Timmy G. Fantastic to have a Port Adelaide legend back on primetime radio.
Cheers,
let's go,
Shane.
mate.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's get rid of this bias and let's get the right club back in order there.
Hey, Shane, you saying like James Rahili. He's not your brother, is he?
No, he's not.
Okay. Well,
He's a pro, isn't he? No, I wouldn't know him.
Hey, Shane, thanks for ringing in. We're blessed to have him alongside us, mate. Well done.
Your call's next, 8223 0000 for Rowey and Tim.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Join David and Will each Friday on the 5AA Breakfast Show as they speak to power excitement machine Orazio Fantasia. Orazio! Thanks to Rainwise Pools. Family owned, building pools in SA for over 15 years. Google Rainwise Pools Adelaide.
Honey, how far away is that barbecue?
Mission update, time is 1300 hours. 4 burners are now operational. Sausages are commencing their final turn. Beer fridge is sitting at 3 degrees. Manual temperature verification. Perfect. Estimated time of food delivery, 6 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay.
If you take your role as Backyard Hospitality Director seriously, make sure your cuisine cockpit is A-OK with Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. Outdoor appliances, custom concrete benchtops and basins, barbecues and custom furniture. AdelaideOutdoorKitchens.com.au.
You don't have to be a curator to find artworks you can't get anywhere else in the world. Just visit Art by FIVEaa. They're proud to host unique Indigenous artworks in their gallery, and even prouder sending these artworks home to be admired for years to come. All pieces at Art by FIVEaa are ethically sourced, directly supporting Indigenous artists and communities. Visit the incredible range at 1070 South Road, Edwardstown. Art by FIVEaa, a family company specialising in Indigenous art.
Hi, Rory Sloan here for You Install Kitchens. Are you starting a DIY renovation and need cabinetry quick? Order with You Install It and get your cabinetry delivered in 15 working days. Manufactured locally here in SA, You Install It offers short lead times, so you can get started on your project sooner. Visit a showroom, Modbury, Churchill Centre, Norwood, Glandore and Lonsdale, or visit the You Install It website for online 3D design. You Install Kitchens, the complete DIY kitchen solution. Lead times may vary. See showroom for details.
Summer's coming and Beaumont's great outdoor range has just arrived. We're stocked up with pool tiles and pavers, outdoor 20mm porcelain tiles, and our inside-outside Microtech tile is perfect for a seamless alfresco area. Choose Beaumont's and be summer ready.
Buying a new car is an amazing feeling. So don't let the cost of fuel bring you down. Buy a new Hyundai from Adelaide's Big 4 Hyundai dealers and get a free $500 fuel voucher. St Mary's Ingle Farm, Nailsworth and Ranella Hyundai have joined forces to give you the very best deal and a free $500 fuel voucher. That's almost 6 months of normal driving across the Hyundai range. Only available at St Mary's Ingle Farm, Nailsworth and Ranella Hyundai. T's and C's apply.
Scrape your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sport Show.
Here's the other thing you're going to learn.
I love John Fogerty. You do, Tim.
I do too. Now, what was that comment about not being able to sing?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm humming.
I love it, mate. And you keep that trumpet out of here as well.
Your calls for Rowey and Tim Geneva in just 1 second. First, let's check the traffic for your drive home. If you're buying a Mazda, selling, trading in or getting your car service, it's got to be Edwardstown Mazda.
At Torrance Park, there's a smash on Blythewood Road at Old Belair Road. At Plimpton Emergency Waterworks there, Cross Road near Marion Road. At Port Adelaide, blackout causing a hazard with traffic lights. That's on St Vincent Street near Commercial Road. And Woodville construction works continue on Woodville Road between Port Road and the railway line. Getting busy South Road near Dawes Road with a camera at Delphi Terrace, Acklenelg North. If you don't already know, Krispy Kreme deliver their delicious donuts fresh daily to OTR stores. So what are you waiting for? OTR. Making life easy. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Good evening, Lauren. G'day. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi, Timmy. I just wanted to wish you all the best. It's really nice that we've been able to have a Port Adelaide representative finally. So that someone's going to be stable with Stephen, I hope. So really, best of luck and yeah. And tell Stephen that you can sing. I've heard it. It's pretty good.
Good on you, Lauren. Thanks for the support.
Thanks, Lauren. Well done. Charlie.
G'day. How are you, boys?
Good evening.
All yours, Charles.
Yeah. Timmy, I was talking to a mate of mine this morning, and he's a good mate and teammate of yours, Norther.
Oh, Norther, yep.
And we both said we will now start listening to the program.
Beautiful. And
yeah, Rowey took the piss out of you before, saying about you sitting on the telephone books, but at least you can get your chair close to the bench.
Oh. Charlie, I have feelings, and on the Cafe de Village text line, it was a caller. Yeah. I happened to read it out. It wasn't my comment, you comedian, you.
Yeah, I normally I don't ring up because Cornsey cuts me off after I said to him years ago that there is a God because the name Corns will now be associated with Port Adelaide forever, and he didn't like that. And I think he hit the dump button, but people say he's always got his hand on it anyway. So there you go.
Thanks, Charlie, and you'll be able to catch up with Rowey. He goes over the moon for a bit fishing.
I do too. Doesn't look like Charlie's going to get in my boat.
You'll be able to see him.
Jace.
G'day, guys. How you would like to sing something for Port Adelaide? Here it is. Where the waves are taking you under, hold on just a bit longer. He knows he's going to make you stronger. That pain can last forever.
Jason, Jason, hang on, get him back up. Jace, stop singing. What is that?
That's Mendy's song called Stronger.
Are you singing that to Tim?
Not bad.
To Port Adelaide.
Good on you, Jace.
Oh, now, hang on. I don't want to be nasty here, but Tim, if you're going to attract that sort of talent on air, I think we're going to...
It's Friday night.
No, I don't want to...
On a Friday night.
I don't want to cast any dispersions here, but if that's the sort of talent that you sitting in that chair is going to attract, we're in all sorts.
Take Jason down to Lasing and we'll get some karaoke going and just work on that. That'll be all right.
That was frighteningly bad.
It's a work in progress.
It was. Can I mention this? John Olsen, Crow's chair, and I'd love your opinion on this. He called a snap board meeting Saturday. Look, it was 11:30, 12, midday or around there. I'm sure the camp would have been high on the agenda, Timmy. I'm keen to see what the outcome is. Will board members jump? Will they need to be pushed? What will the AFL recommend is a big one for me. I don't think they can sit there and not give the Crows supporters something with all of that. And I think if the outcome is it's just an apology from John, I think John Olsen, fearfully, is going to be a part of the problem, not the solution.
I think at the moment there's a lot of recalling going on and a lot of regret. I think there's most of what I've read, I think everybody involved would go, I think I'd do that differently. And everybody that's sort of come out and has spoken, including Don Pike himself, would go, I reckon we wouldn't do those things again. And that's been probably the horrible, sad thing about this is it's gone on very long time now, 4 years, and still hasn't really been put to bed. And this is where I think now all the people that are going, I can't carry this anymore. I need to say my piece. And that's what's coming out at the moment. I think there's a lot of regret around the place, and it's going to be tough to because it's gone so long. The old story, if you address the issue early, it doesn't become a crisis.
They were the failings. Cannot be laid entirely at the feet of Mark Rasciuto as the footy director. Jamison, Ellis, Fellows, there's other board members that were there. If it is to be a change and that will give it the cleansing that it needs for the members moving forward, well, it should be all for.
Well, the people involved,
or none.
You probably need to speak to them first. And we've had Eddie come out with his book, Josh Jenkins, you've had Bryce Gibbs. So it's about getting all those people that are hurt by it in a room, talk to them.
Yeah. Hello, Chris.
Hi, guys. Okay, Eddie Betts, much respect. Surely one of the weakest players to have ever played for the Adelaide Crows, Josh Jenkins, no one would take any notice of him.
Chris, I know you've rung in. I can't let you do that, mate. Honestly, are you serious? Are you serious, Chris?
Josh Jenkins, he was one of the weakest forwards. How many games have he played for Geelong?
How many games have you played, Chris? Have you seen the position he plays as a ruckman? I mean, honestly, I'm sorry, mate, but I don't know where you're going with this. Were you one of them that called him Jennifer Jenkins? I bet you were.
No, you won't listen to me. You won't let people speak.
Where you go?
He does not have any right to speak over Mark Rasciuto. Mark Rasciuto is a champion of our game. Josh Jenkins, can I ask you, Rowey, you tell me, how many games has he played for Geelong?
Well, what's it matter what he did at Geelong, Chris?
I'm just asking, can you tell me?
Chris, he got ran out of town by the board and the list management and got called a cancer.
Well, I'm just telling you that if
he wanted to stay here, Chris.
All the Crows members need to get behind Mark Rasciuto. Forget about Josh Jenkins. He's not worth worrying about. But keep Eddie Betts. Everything Eddie Betts is saying, that is cool. But Josh Jenkins, he has no part in anything to do with Mark Rasciuto.
Well, Chris, he hasn't called for Mark Rasciuto's head. He's given his version of events, and you can either respect it or not. You clearly haven't, and I'm sad for you, Chris.
Josh played 147 games for the Crows and kicked 296 goals. That's a fair contribution to a footy club, you would have thought. We're going to get to a break. News headlines on the way with Michaela, and then have a look through the glass. A superstar about to walk in the door. Gold medalist Jess Stenson.
The FIVEaa Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. FIVEaa Breakfast.
There was some suspicious activity outside the Master Builders Association office, including its CEO Will Frogley having the windscreen wipers snapped off his car. The Premier Peter Malinauskas. Do you think if you had your time over you would never have taken the money in the first place?
As Premier, I'll be calling out bad behaviour where I see it and expect people to conduct themselves in a professional way.
Informing Adelaide.
That's a philosophy I've always had in respect of industrial relations.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA. Every 2 years, if you're aged 50 to 74, you'll get a blue and white package from the National Bowel Cancer Screening Program. It's your free bowel screening test kit, and it could save your life. Here's what to do. Take it to the bathroom and put it right where you can see it. Not in a drawer, but on the bench top or on the toilet seat or in the middle of the floor. So the next time you have to go, you'll remember to use it. Please don't put off the chance to save your life. Get to it. Visit bowelcancer.org.au for more information.
Blocked drain, burst pipe, leaking tap, no hot water. Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Plumbers. Ken is your emergency plumber, 24 hours, 7 days. Best price, best service. Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Plumbers, 8364 5855.
Now, when you sign with some of the big builders, it can be a bit of fanfare. You know, the trumpets are all playing, you name it. They'll throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink, maybe even two of them. But everything may seem rosy in the beginning until you have questions, and then it can be a little bit harder to find someone to talk to. Well, not at Lamar Homes. Now, went out, I met Laurie myself, an absolute champion bloke, and Lamar Homes is a quality South Australian builder with absolutely nothing to hide, and they've been around for over 15 years, so they're pretty reliable, don't worry about that, and he does a great job because he likes to deal with you as if it's his home that he's building. And Lamar Homes are all about the people, not numbers, so the team at Lamar are always available to answer your questions, even the really tough ones. And the other great thing about Lamar Homes is that you can inspect your home at any stage, even at lock-up, doesn't matter. Just make sure you're happy with everything, and then that makes Lamar Homes happy. Some of the big builders aren't really comfortable doing that. Not Lamar. They have nothing to hide. Visit lamarhomes.com.au. Here today, home tomorrow.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. An Adelaide massage therapist charged with assaulting 2 female clients at a Glenelg clinic allegedly assaulted up to 200 other women. Australia's political leaders are backing a push to boost the salaries of aged care workers. Foreign Minister Penny Wong is calling for stability to be restored in the face of growing tensions with China. And it's been a successful day for Australian tennis player Nick Kyrgios, winning both the singles and doubles titles at the Washington Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Torrens Park, there's a smash on Blythewood Road at Old Balea Road. At South Plimpton, there's emergency waterworks crossroad near Marion Road. At Port Adelaide, look out for a blackout causing a hazard with traffic lights on St Vincent Street near Commercial Road. And we're getting busy at Lower Portrush Road near Paynham Road. Cameras, Church Terrace, Walkerville and Military Road at West Beach. Whatever the industry, whatever the workwear, Totally Workwear can help. For workwear for tradies through to uniforms for nurses, head to Totally Workwear, Australia's largest workwear supplier. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 7. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 18. Currently it's 14 degrees. More news at 5 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
Cars. We love them. From the 4x4 that takes you off grid to the convertible sports model for long coastal drives. Or your pride and joy that you love tinkering on every weekend. Whatever car you love, eBay has everything you need to look after it. With Australia's widest range of car parts and accessories, all at great eBay prices, you'll find any car part you need, no matter what you're looking for. Find it, buy it, fix it on eBay. Everyone's a winner.
Well, I guess this is it. You know, I see a lot of myself in you. You're strong. You've got great lines, and you're pretty good looking for a veranda. Anyway, don't forget me. I won't forget you.
At My Living Outdoors, our tradespeople take building Adelaide's best pergolas and verandas personally. It's hard not to. When you've been there from the beginning, design and council approval through to construction, we're there all the way. mylivingOutdoors.com.au.
scraped your caravan? Your insurance should cover that. Speak to Walker Crash Repairs and let them fix it.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 minutes to 5, day one of the new-looking show, and a little bit of star power just walking through the door, Timmy.
Not wrong.
No, joining us, Com Games Marathon gold medalist, one of the state's favourites, certainly one of ours at AA, Jess Stenson. She's back from Birmingham. She is live in the studio. Jess, I'm just going to go, wow, I've had the medal in my hands. Well done.
Thank you.
Did it go to plan?
It did, yeah. It was one of those races where it all just came together, and that was my 14th marathon, so I have had a bit of experience, but still, you've got to get the mental side of things right, the nutrition, you have to have been able to get the training done and taper, appropriately. So I was just so happy when the race got going, and I just knew that it was one of those days where I was feeling good. And just had to get myself to that 30k mark, sort of feeling fresh and ready to take it on.
And
Jess,
it
didn't all go to plan, because I was reading that I think it was about the 20k mark. You were supposed to have the drink bottle there with the caffeine gel on the top, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, so we had 2 people manning each station at every 5k checkpoint, and at that particular station the people didn't know us, and so they've just held out these bottles, and the one they held out for me wasn't mine, so I've grabbed it anyway, thinking, oh well, I'll swap with my teammates. But my teammate had sort of been thrown and hadn't grabbed the one there, knowing it wasn't hers, so we were one bottle short, and I said, that was my caffeinated gel. I only have one in the race.
Right.
One caffeinated one. And anyway, she said, I've got one here that I'm not going to have, and handed it over. And I really think that could have really thrown me if I hadn't had that gel at that point. That was my plan. I'd spoken about it with my sports dietitian, and so glad that, she was able to give one to me.
What does it do?
So basically, you've got to keep the energy coming in. You're obviously expending a lot as you're running. So I take on fuel at every 5k checkpoint and a gel every 10ks. So that was quite an important energy gel for me to have. If I'd lost, that energy input at that point in the race, I could have hit a wall early.
Okay. Would it help me working with Tim now, my new co-host, if I had that particular gel? But we spoke to you in St. Moritz. You just had COVID, so it wasn't an ideal preparation. And to run a 2:27:31, I know it's not about the time. You won gold medal in the Com Games, so well done. I mean, talk us through that.
Yeah, look, I tried not to panic too much when we got COVID. We hadn't had it before, and one of the benefits was that I didn't need to worry about it coming into Birmingham, because if I'd tested positive, I wouldn't have been able to go into the village and possibly race. So whilst it wasn't ideal, we fortunately didn't have major symptoms, and I just had to have a week of really light training. I was jogging, and if anything, maybe it freshened me up more for the race.
Excellent.
Oh, good timing. I saw the finish, and I love that, but your little fella got put over the barriers, Billy, and he comes on there, and it was a great moment with you and him. I'm pretty sure he'll look back on it and appreciate it, but at the time he was like, what's going on? But there's some talk, and I remember there was some study done as well. After you have a baby, they say that sometimes women get stronger. Now, did you feel like when you came back to training, was there anything different?
Well, I've done 2 marathons now as a mum, and I have felt better in those marathons than I ever had before. So whether there are some physiological changes, I've heard something about an increase in blood plasma volume, perhaps. I definitely think carrying Billy around makes me stronger. It also makes me more vulnerable to injuries and doing my back, so I have to be careful.
He didn't want to be picked up.
But I think, the main benefits are mental. Just your perspective on life, your ability to just get out there and
I've had a baby.
and make the most of every opportunity. And I think too, you're just so preoccupied with being a mum and thinking about what you've got to do there. You don't have time to dwell too much on a bad session. You just approach it with a bit more of an open mind.
Exactly. So mentally it's as powerful as physically.
For sure.
Beautiful.
2014 bronze, 2018 bronze, now a gold. We did say to you we want to get a gold one, and you have brought it in. We've got our 5AA live stream on our Facebook, and Timmy, open up the case.
Absolutely.
We might be able to. Is Tim allowed to grab it and hold it out?
Sure.
Yeah, there you
Face
go.
it to that one
we
there,
can
Tim.
show it.
Spin it around.
There it is.
It may sound like a silly question, but each marathon is different. Does this one make you prouder because you won a gold, or did you win? Your competition, the 14, the 18. Just talk about the difference between the three.
Yeah, before this marathon, I found it really difficult to pick which one was my favourite and the one I was most proud of. But I have to say Saturday is comfortably my best marathon. I think like tactically, and I really did enjoy it out there. I think I was just so grateful to be wearing the green and gold again, and I always do find that I lift when I'm running for Australia. But I think the hilly course just added this element into a marathon that I hadn't been faced with before, and I was really happy with the way I managed my effort early on to be able to tackle
You were
those
powering
hills.
up those hills like a mountain
I didn't
goat.
feel like it at the time.
No, okay, fair call.
Well, you're deceiving, let me tell you. You look fantastically comfortable. But compare the games. How did Birmingham go about running them? From an outsider looking in, they looked like they had it all together.
Yeah, look, there was a bit of a lack of communication in the lead up, and that was making us all a bit nervous. It seemed like it was all just coming together at the last moment. And
Running around with barriers and just putting them out. Yeah.
And they didn't have a village completed, so we ended up we were in the University of Birmingham. They had 5 different villages, and when we hit the start line, it was just apparent that the locals were really getting around these games, and the atmosphere was like nothing I've experienced in the stadium. Day one, morning session, usually not, very popular. The stands were packed. I couldn't believe it. So that just set a good tone. Yeah.
Again, our Aussie women dominated, not at its men versus boys, but in the pool outstanding on the track, your gold. We've got judo gold. Our Aussies won the T20 gold. Was that last night, Leith?
It was.
In the cricket, and the netball gold. I mean, what a great comeback. I watched that English game and thought, well, wow, if we win them, we can beat Jamaica, and they did last night. It was incredible. Pity you couldn't stay and watch any of that. You got in the kite and come straight home.
Yeah, and I don't know whether that's COVID or a funding thing, but we were sort of told we wouldn't be able to stay on for more than 48 hours post-event, which was a bit disappointing, but at the same time, it was pretty cool to come home and watch it on TV and sort of experience it from, the outsider's perspective as well, looking in.
I was interested you come home 48 hours afterwards. About, I think it was 2010, Anna Mears was doing for Little Heroes, which I know you're an ambassador of. She was going to do an event for us. And so she had to get special permission to come back a day early. So obviously in 12 years' time, a lot's changed because I would imagine that everybody was made to stay, do the closing ceremony and then come back. But now it looks like everybody just comes back straight away.
Yeah, well, I had a girl moving into my room on the day, so I had to get my bags out so that she could come in, and I had to duck back in later on, and her name was already on the door. It had replaced mine, so...
Talk about basking in the glory.
Cheapskates.
Slide the name out, slide the next name in. That is unbelievable.
What now?
I don't know.
Rest, recoup. What do you got your eye on?
I'm not too sure. I am looking at what other marathon options are out there, but in the meantime, the City Bay Fun Run here in September will be my focus. I just need to get my legs right. They're still pretty sore, so the quads really took a hammering.
Have you done Boston or New York? Do any of those
well, I'd love to. My brother's doing the New York Marathon for the Little Heroes Foundation.
I saw Jack the other day.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to travel over and do that one with him, but I've just got to see what opportunities are there.
I think it's the first Sunday in November.
Yes.
I know that because I've ran 5. So see if he can beat me. Timmy, I have.
I know you have.
Every time I say that, Jess says to me, I did it when I finished playing footy. My best is 3:30, 3:34.
All right, I'll let Jack know that.
Yeah, he'll beat that. He's an athlete. Jess, congratulations. You've done your family proud, you proud. You've done us proud. We were following you with real interest, and it's good to have you back. Good to see the gold. Well done. What more can we say? You're a star.
Thanks so much. I really appreciated the support from home, and I certainly take that into the race with me and use it as fuel to push when the going gets tough.
Yeah, we love your smile. Jess Stenson, our guest.
Kaibi Bolo kid done good. Look straight down camera 3. Now you can check this out on our FIVEaa Facebook page or our YouTube channel. There she is, Jess Stenson, the closest Rowey and Tim will ever get to a gold medal, right there in the studio. Congratulations
Fantastic.
again.
Well done, Jess.
Jess doing us very proud. Let's check the traffic on the other side. Nathan Bassett from Port Adelaide. If you're buying a Mazda, selling, trading in or getting your car service, it's got to be Edwardstown Mazda.
At South Pointon, there's emergency waterworks on Cross Road near Marion Road. At Hope Valley, lights playing up on Lower North East Road near Awonga Road. Road. At Port Adelaide, look out for a blackout causing a hazard with traffic lights on St Vincent Street near Commercial Road, and we're getting busy Marion Road near Cross Road. Cameras Shakespeare Avenue, Tranmere and Sir Donald Brabham Drive at Brooklyn Park. Hungry? Head to a Porto for the 5 for $5 chicken strips. 5 delicious crispy chicken strips with your choice of dipping sauce, just $5. Only at a Porto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
G'day, it's Mark Bickley. When you buy a Leader computer, you're buying a computer made right here in Adelaide. You're dealing with people that live in Adelaide, and when it comes to servicing or support, it all happens here in Adelaide. Not overseas, not interstate. Unlike some others, Leader don't have to send anything off for repair. They take care of everything right here. It makes sense to live life local. Live life Leader. Leader Computers. Find your local dealer at leadersystems.com.au.
Life-changing moments can happen in many ways. Purchase a ticket in the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery and you could be our next winner. The $3 million grand prize in Somerton Park comes fully furnished and is just one of thousands of prizes to be won. Every ticket sold creates a better future for all South Australians by supporting our healthcare heroes. Join the fight and get yours at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14227.
What starts with A and ends with E? Supplements for you and me.
FIVEaa health supplements are now available at leading chemists and health food stores nationwide. Ask for FIVEaa at your favourite pharmacy.
If your current accounting software works fine, but it's a little... Don't get rid of it. Supercharge it with BizTrack. BizTrack works alongside your current software to supercharge everything. Invoicing, credit checking, cash flow help, payment tracking, options for customers like bank transfer or card payment, plus live help from a person here in Adelaide. Everything runs better with BizTrack. Visit bztrack.com.
Feel that chill? Winter is here, and so are high heating bills. Trade Services SA can install an air conditioner that heats and cools your home from just $599. That's a saving of more than 70% off normal price, thanks to the state government's REPS initiative, which encourages people to reduce energy. Visit tssa.com.au to see if you're eligible. That's tssa.com.au. Terms and conditions apply.
Freddie Bassett next. Jess just left with her gold medal. What a start on and off the track. Hey, it's not often you get to go behind the scenes of a home builder, especially one of Adelaide's top home builders. Well, I think they're the best. Simply, they are. I'm talking about Beechwood Homes. They built Jodie's home. It's not mine. It's Jodie's home. Stunning Beechwood display home at Blackwood Park. Look, that's been sold. Doesn't mean you can't and you will miss out with Beechwood Homes. If you call Steve, he's one of the great people down there, one of the directors from Beechwood. He'll take you behind the scenes of a Beechwood masterpiece currently under construction. Tell him to bring him around to my joint. We'll have a couple of tinnies for you. Have a little look through. Do anything to help Beechwood. From the foundation to lock-up, get an incredible insight into what makes Beechwood Homes so good and, of course, an Adelaide favourite. Not every builder would do that. So get in touch with Steve, Beechwood Homes, for a behind-the-scenes tour of a Beechwood home currently under construction. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home. Visit beechwood.com.au.
Scraped your caravan? Don't worry. Call Walker Crash Repairs, your RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
13 minutes to 5. Nathan Bassett in just 1 second. A lot of text messages coming through. A lot of positives for you, Tim. This one too from John, who says, welcome to the show. Also said that Josh Jenkins is a class act. Johnny Tobin, he deserves to be listened.
I can't believe that, bloke. Anyway, Cafe de Villiers, another one here. Welcome to the 5AA Midget Wrestling Show. Mate, I'm 5'9".
I like this one.
No, Tim, you get used to it. It comes thick and fast, mate.
Jenny
I find that
says,
funny.
Crows member, I've been waiting for this forever. Timmy G is perfect. Thank you, Jenny. And this one says, the 5AA Sports Show with duck's guts and mud guts, which is a little harsh.
Why is Timmy duck's guts and I'm mud guts?
Well, that's the bloke that calls you mud guts all the time.
I suppose it rhymes.
All the time.
Hey boys, Port Adelaide went down to a finals hungry Richmond on Saturday night. They were in at half time, didn't get the job done. 38-point losers they were in the end. We got assistant coach Nathan Bassett on the line. G'day, Bass.
G'day, Tim. Welcome for your first day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Hey, mate, half time, I thought you were well and truly in the game. Where did it all go wrong in that third quarter?
Yeah, we would. Certainly Richmond got some clearance dominance. A little bit through the ruck, but they had some clearance dominance there going for a little bit. And to be fair, I think Chad described it as not the defender's best quarter of the year.
Yeah.
In how behind the ball, and Richmond got on a roll, and we conceded some softer goals than we needed to.
Yeah, certainly. I think Lynch got 3 of his 4 in that third term. Nankervis also took over, didn't he, in the ruck?
Yeah, he had a great game. I mean, he dominated in the ruck, and I think he had 13 first possessions where he's grabbed it out of the ruck and had clearance himself, and had 30 possessions and got in the way behind the ball, and was really effective around the clearances, even in knocking the ball a long way forward. So, yeah, he had a big game and made a significant impact for Richmond.
I did see a move. Looked like Farrell went to half-back and DBJ went forward. What was the thought process behind that? And did you want to see Farrell perhaps coming out of that half-back line with his leg?
Yeah, Farrell was certainly someone that Ken's wanted to try for a while in defence, and he played half-back the week before and did quite well. There's a few half-backs floating around, and Jace Burgoyne's come in lately and acquitted himself really well at half-back, and we thought Kane might have an opportunity to do something quite productive in defence. He's had a few goes forward, and thought, well, let's just swing him into defence and see what he can do. And he's had 2 performances there where he's looked like he might be able to acquit himself quite well in defence.
Bit of a trend is your turnovers. Tigers kicked 10-7 from turnover on the weekend. I've always pegged Port as a good kicking team, Bass. So what's changed this year? Is it decision-making? Is it the talent on the park? Are you playing too attacking game style? Are you biting too much off? What's the cause and effect of that, do you think?
Yeah, I think we've been probably chasing a little bit of back half score. Certainly the last half dozen weeks. And there's, a little bit of how quickly can we get the ball to the outside from in defence and transition it quickly into the forward line. There's been some challenges in front of the ball this year with continuity, with it's the word I struggle with sometimes.
Spell it.
with the players in front of the ball, we've had a lot of turnover. Really, I mean, Todd and Sam Powell-Pepper have been the 2 players that have played all season really in the forward line, and they've had really strong seasons, and then we've had a lot of turnover through the other positions. Probably Mitch has been the other one that's played regularly there, and he's had shots on goals, but they've been more through the points. And between Motts and Robbie and Orazio, and then Butters and Connor going into the midfield, it's been quite a different looking forward line, and Charlie not playing the front half of the year.
And that might lead into my next question, Bass, the conversions, the way you're getting it in there. I mean, you turned it over, but you kicked 5 goals, 10 from turnover. Different story if it's 10-5.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're not performing that far below what we're meant to with our shots on goals. So, I think we kicked 5-1 from stoppage, and Richmond kicked not as straight from stoppage. So their clearances. So the finish isn't as big an issue really. I mean, it's about getting more shots on goals in better spots. And we're 7 points down in offence, and we're 7 points conceding 7 points more in defence. So we're a little bit down in both areas compared to the last couple of years.
And just that ball movement from defensive 50 through to forward, that seems to have just broken down.
Yeah, like I said, certainly the start of the year was particularly poor. I think we averaged 9.6 points from their back half in the first half of the year. Good sides are averaging about 25 points. It's picked up a little. We scored 5 goals from our back half on the weekend, which isn't too bad. I think we had some execution errors as much as anything on the weekend, and we've got to try and get our good kicks into good spots and keep everyone moving and relevant in offence, so that we can open up some more space in the corridor and get some more dangerous hooks inside 50.
Now, I know you're up early and you're working hard, so you may not have heard this morning on the 5AA Breakfast Show, but Koshy.
I think the whole program. It's not just one individual person. It is the whole program. turn it around or watch out. Every single person's role will be assessed at the end of the year, and we're not afraid to make change.
So what changes do you reckon you guys have to do in that off-season?
Yeah, I think we're always looking at how we play and the trends in the game. Certainly been some trends this year in terms of moving the ball really quite quickly and almost recklessly, it seems at times. But the teams that are doing that are having some good success. And then how we even defend as a team, and we're our team defence and being a pressing team's worked really well for us for the last 3-4 years. But this year we've certainly maybe struggled with the speed of ball from the opposition at times, and whilst it still doesn't get through a heap, but it gets through, teams have been scoring a little bit more. So, there are potential for some adjustments to make ones on the run post pre-season is, a big challenge. But when we've got 5-6 months to prepare, well, hopefully we can do a good job of that.
David Koch pointed the finger fair at the coaches there for me, Bass, when I heard that this morning. I actually pulled the car over. No, firstly, is that fair? Are you nervous? And should Ken be nervous?
I think I'm a coach, mate, and my job is to help people. And I get up each day trying to help players and help them be the best versions of themselves as footballers and as people. So it doesn't make me. I certainly don't have too many concerns, mate. I understand that David's got an important job at the footy club, and he's talking to our members, and there's a lot of frustrated members out there. So he's got to talk to them, which we understand, and we want to do the best job that we can. But not losing too much sleep over it, Stephen.
Yeah, and Bass, how's Ken holding up?
He's good. Yeah, he's good. I mean, we worked today in the focus to be better, and how we get there. There's some bigger, and longer conversations to have, but there's still positive things happening inside the footy club. It's just the expectation this year was high, and we haven't met those expectations.
One thing I'd like you to do for me, mate, just before you finish off, can you win the showdown?
Oh, we'll do our best.
Oh, good.
Good
luck. You're nervous.
Yeah, no,
for you to ask Bass that, good luck.
Well, I'm just suggesting it.
Okay, all right. Please.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think if we're competing for 12th and 13th and 14th, it's, who's the king of the little sandhill at the backyard. It's not a great result. I think, the big games are the ones that we want to win, and bragging rights in our backyard as we're better or we've got a better future or whatever. We like what we're doing as a footy club. There's been some challenges this year, but I think that the future is still very positive for where we're tracking.
Excellent, mate.
Well,
keep the ledger going,
the
I say.
The old sandpit analogy.
Keep the ledger.
Keep the ledger. I've heard it all before, mate. Little sand. Well, you know what? We're going to throw sand in your face round 23.
Oh, here we go.
That?
I'll handle him, mate. You just look after yourself. You just get the boys up.
I'm actually going to a Crows Life members function on Wednesday too, mate. What side am I sitting on?
Ours.
Well, you've got 1 foot in each camp there, I think, Bass, just quietly between you and I. You're nervous.
Thanks for coming on, mate. It's always difficult after a loss.
Have a good one, mate. Yeah.
Oh, a bit of rivalry, hey?
No, it doesn't hurt.
Sandpit.
Doesn't hurt, yeah.
The Crows are going to throw sand in your face round 23, end up with 9 wins and you're 8, and you're going to be la-laring all the way. I know what happens with you when Port go bad. You go silent. Can't go silent here, buddy.
Well, you know what? Bullies kick sand in people's faces.
Yeah, well, the Crows will be bullies.
I'm going to bully you.
Round 23.
Has there ever been a melee at a Life members function? There could be. I look forward to seeing that. Nathan Bassett thanks to One Solution. You can protect and improve your business. One Solution, winners of the National Telstra Enterprise Customer Excellence Award. After the news, Mark Bickley.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Time for new tyres? At Bridgestone Select, you'll get more with 4. Buy 3 selected Bridgestone tyres and get the 4th free. Limited time only, conditions apply. For tyres and auto service you can count on, head for Bridgestone Select.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Look, we get it. Nobody likes to wait, especially for a new car. That's why Wavell and Southern Mitsubishi would like to give you something cool to do in the meantime, like giving you a $50 gift voucher. Spend it any way you like while waiting for your new car to arrive. Take a test drive today for your $50 gift voucher. T's and C's apply. Only at Wavell and Southern Mitsubishi. Driven by Australian Motors.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Prices are rising dramatically on almost all building materials. But National Tiles are bucking the trend with our amazing price bombs. Like Australian-made Carrara Shine wall and floor tiles, we've bombed the price from $49 to an incredible $29.95 per metre. That's right, National Tiles is bucking the trend with massive price bombs. So rush into National Tiles now and save.
It doesn't take a curator to notice how artwork completely transforms a space. You just feel it.
Do you know what? 2 pieces were donated to our Bricky team for the Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House, which is brilliant. Well done. It's art by FIVEaa. It's the place for Indigenous art. All pieces are ethically sourced, so every print and original artwork is supporting an artist and helping the culture thrive.
Now, the Indigenous artworks at Art by FIVEaa are truly special, which can also be fantastic when you're preparing for your home sale. So we tend to focus on floors and furniture, but there's 4 walls in every room, so if you're not hanging this artwork, you're missing out on 4 big opportunities to impress buyers.
Okay, Art by FIVEaa are huge supporters of many Indigenous families. They're proud to host the beautiful pieces in their gallery, and they're even prouder to send these artworks home to be admired for years to come. Great company, FIVEaa.
Visit the incredible range at 1070 South Road, Edwardstown. Art by FIVEaa. It's a family company specialising in Indigenous art.
You know us for our bright blue vans. Metropolitan Plumbing, Electrical and Air Conditioning. We are the proud winners of the Product Review Award for Plumbing in Australia for 2020 and 21. Did you know we offer $0 deposit interest-free payment plans, have no extra charge for after hours and can also often be at your door within the hour? Metropolitan Plumbing, Electrical and Air Conditioning. Available 24/7.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And Business SA and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between Business SA and Ray White Business Sales SA, they're bringing all their experience to your business, making sure it's in top shape, whether you're buying, selling or somewhere in between. Get in touch with the experts, Business SA and Ray White Business Sales SA on 8300 0000. That's 8300 0000.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 7 with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamara.
Curious about SAMRI? See Inside the Cheese Grater and meet researchers this Sunday, August 14th. Book now at samri.org.au.
A push to give aged care workers better pay is receiving bipartisan support. The Health Services Union has been advocating for a 25% salary boost for almost 2 years. The federal government will back a significant increase in a submission to the Fair Work Commission. Opposition leader Peter Dutton says it's a good move.
The government promised at the last election that they would fix the situation in aged care, and just want to make sure that they're not making a bad situation worse in aged care, but we certainly support an increase in the pay for aged care workers.
An Adelaide massage therapist charged with assaulting 2 female clients at a Glenelg clinic allegedly assaulted up to 200 other women. The 35-year-old man, whose name has been suppressed, faced court today charged with 7 sexual offences against 2 women. The court heard that 13 other women have since come forward, while police prosecutors say they've identified up to 150 to 200 victims from images. The man's bail application was denied and he'll return to court in 2023. 1,625 new COVID cases have been reported in SA today. There have been another 7 deaths, people aged in their 40s, 60s, 70s and 80s. 322 people remain in hospital, including 10 in ICU. It's Rail Safety Week and police are reminding South Australians to be vigilant around trains, trams and rail lines. There have been 19 collisions involving the state's rail network in the past year. 3 of them resulted in serious injuries. Inspector Julian Corman says an awareness campaign has been launched to get the message across.
What SAPOL will really want to tell the community is we need you to stay vigilant, so we'll have a increased presence in the next week over Rail Safety Week, where you'll see us at major passenger areas and also around level crossings and pedestrian crossings.
Former SA Senator Rex Patrick has confirmed he'll put his hat in the drawer and run for Lord Mayor of Adelaide. The City Council will hold their election in November. Mr Patrick says there are a number of things that interest him about the role.
It's actually a very fascinating role. The Adelaide City Council's more than $100 million as an operation, and the Lord Mayor position is basically like the chairman of the board, and certainly some things that I think I can bring to council to make things better.
Australia has had no contact with Taiwan following a show of military force by China. Beijing has carried out large-scale drills in and around the East Asian country in retaliation to a diplomatic visit by the United States. The federal government says it's critical cool heads prevail and calm is restored. Now turning to FIVEaa Sport, Port Adelaide Chairman David Koch has refused to guarantee Ken Hinkley's job for next year, saying he's not afraid to make hard decisions. Hinkley is under contract for another season, but Koch says everyone's role at the club will be examined closely when the 2022 season comes to an end.
It is not just one individual person, it is the whole program. Turn it around or watch out, because there is every single person's role will be assessed at the end of the year.
The Western Bulldogs have re-signed one of their best young players. Bailey Smith has committed to the club until the end of 2024, while Collingwood's Jamie Elliott has signed a new 3-year deal that will see him remain at the Pies until the end of 2025. And Australia's women's cricket and netball teams have both won gold medals on the penultimate day of the Commonwealth Games. Now checking FIVEaa traffic.
Complete Windscreens, the trusted South Australian name for car window tinting in Adelaide for over 40 years.
At South Plimpton, there's emergency waterworks on Cross Road near Marion Road. At Hope Valley, lights are playing up on Lower North East Road near Rawonga Road. And at Port Adelaide, we've got a blackout causing a hazard with traffic lights on St Vincent Street near Commercial Road. Busy at the moment, Holbrooks Road, Hartley Road to Grange Road, with a camera at West Beach Road at West Beach. At Ampol Foodery, every stop is covered. There are food-to-go stops, coffee, milk and bread stops. When you need to keep moving, Ampol Foodery is worth a stop. Ampol, Australia's own. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEaa.
Now the FIVEaa forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 7. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 18. Wednesday showers, 15. And Thursday showers continuing, 16. Right now it's 13 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
200 victims. Extraordinary new indecent filming allegations against a Western Suburbs masseur. Fire exposes the modern gadget turned hidden danger inside SA homes. Controversial staffing changes to try to fix Qantas. A breakthrough new arthritis treatment. And how to avoid expensive damage from DIY disasters. I'm Brenton Raglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
SA's greatest rivalry on radio. The FIVEaa Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Well, superstars galore. Jess Stenson has been in. Coming up very shortly, Glenn Boss with the Melbourne Cup. Mark Bickley is here. We'll give Bix his proper introduction, but there might only be one man who actually might pip mods when it comes to superstardom on a Monday.
Modra! There's only one Tony Modra.
The great man is here. Why is the great man here?
Cafe de Village, Mods, welcome.
Yeah. Yes, thanks, guys.
You brought in a cake with Ben from Cafe de Village.
Just to welcome Timmy on board.
Hey, you're a bloody champion, you are.
No worries, mate.
My golf partner.
I hope it's a big Mudguts cake.
It's a good Village cake there, and it's got half port and half crows, and we've made the port side a bit softer, the sponge, so if the supporters decide they want to have a taste without having any teeth, they can. Just joking, just joking.
Starting
God
off all
love
right
you.
here.
Well, hang on. Bix and I never got a cake when we started. Tim, what are you
I
doing?
am absolutely surrounded, though. Look at it. It's
Yeah.
Crows Royalty.
Well, it's lucky I
Unbelievable.
actually got up here because I got my lad Luke with me. He's about to go to tennis training.
He's
and,
hungry.
Yeah, he's spotted it and he wanted some before we got it. I said, you're going to have to wait and be patient.
Give him a slab. He'd be a Crows boy, wouldn't he?
He is a Crows boy. He loves it.
Oh, the black, white and teal cake will do me well to good. Don't worry about that. Is there a file in my cake or not?
I thought it might have been David Swartz style in the cake in the face.
Straight in the face.
Yes.
No, we wouldn't do that.
Remember that well.
Oh,
He's got his brain thinking.
So we get to even up the show a bit now, do we?
Yeah,
Bit of
good to
port
see
and bit
you,
of Crows.
mate.
It's going to be
Yeah.
good to listen to that next
What do you
year.
think, Mods?
Beautiful.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
I think it's great.
Okay,
Have a bit
well
of
done.
both.
Yeah, fair call. Yep, well, if you say it's good for me.
Tick. Done.
Yeah. How come everyone likes Tim?
He's a good lad, isn't he? Look at that smile.
That's it.
How could you not like that smile?
I love
Well, Benny, thank you for that. And thanks again to Cafe de Villiers. It's our
appreciate
Cafe
it,
de
mate.
Villiers
Much
text line.
appreciated.
Good luck,
Thanks,
Benny.
Mudra!
Leave text of the day, $100 Cafe de Villiers voucher.
Yes, we do indeed. And Mods, thanks for coming in. We look forward to you doing conversations with Cornsey. That'll be great. So anytime.
Enjoy the village cake, guys.
Now, you don't ride your son like Leighton got ridden by Glyn, do you? Because I've seen him down at Seaside, my son's old club.
He wakes up every morning, he loves it. Plays
Good
footy as well, so he gets into that. So, yep, whatever he wants to do,
he can do.
We drive around a fair bit and just,
Yeah.
Benny,
As
if you
long as
just
he
look
enjoys
down
it.
at
Well
camera
done,
3
Mods.
here, we'll
Lovely
get.
work.
If you're looking at our live stream,
yeah.
just behind Bix and Tim there, you'll see the cake. If you go there, so you'll be able to see this on our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel there as well. Thank you for that, Ben.
Well done, Mods, well done. Benny, you're a star. Thank you.
Good on you guys.
See you.
Bix.
There he is.
Big Mods.
Ben
All right, Bix.
from Villiers, thank you, superstar. Tony Modra, superstar.
Oh, how
There
many
he is.
times you want to play that?
We
There's
love
only
mods.
one.
We love
Tony
mods.
Mondra.
You know who else we love? Mark Bigley, and he is here for McGain Real Estate. If you're selling, buyers ready to go right now. Sold by McGain again.
Number 26, the captain, Mark Bigley.
The Skip, Mark Bigley.
Any advice for Tim, Bix? Any advice at all?
No, I don't think he's old enough and wise enough. He doesn't need my advice. He's just getting on with it. You're an old hand at this anyway, Tim. You've been here forever.
Yeah, so it sort of feels like a weird sort of setup, doesn't it? That you're suddenly getting welcomed to somewhere you've been for about 28 years. So, yeah, it's a bit strange, but it's all good.
Let's get on to the Crows. What a great win. We called it together yesterday.
Yeah, it was a really good win. And look, there were times when the game, it wasn't a spectacular game. Like West Coast played like a team 17th on the ladder, but still they had emotion that they were riding with Josh Kennedy. There was a big crowd there. They challenged Adelaide, but Adelaide found a way to win. So it was good. And there were, I think Matthew Nicks had another good coaching day. He had a really good game against Carlton the week before with Keys. At halftime, they were getting smashed in the middle. They were inside 50s, they were miles behind. They weren't playing well. And he just made a few subtle changes. Saligo went out of the middle. Keys went in. Saligo's second half was very good, including a really good last quarter. Keys just steadied them in the centre square in particular, and they went from getting smoked in the centre square to winning 6-0 in the third quarter, and then that was the catalyst for winning the game. So they were able to make that slight adjustment, but at the same time, Saligo, I think, had 10 centre bounce attendances in the first half. Schomburg had 14 or 15 for the game. Berry had another 15 or 16. So they're still getting opportunities to put the kids through there. But at times when, you know, like Saligo in the first half had 5 touches on ball, you need more than that. So just give him a break, put him out somewhere where he's a bit more comfortable, and he thrived at half forward and the bit of wing that he played.
JK, 8 goals. Even we were cheering him
not
on,
to barrack for
weren't
him,
we?
wasn't it? It was just, it was, you know.
Josh
like,
Kennedy, I should say.
Yeah, every person that we've spoken to that's been close to him or been involved with him just talks about how much of a quality person he is. And so it's hard not to want them to finish on a great manner. And in the end, it was the perfect finish for a Crows fan. He kicked his 8. You know, he was able to celebrate because of an amazing performance, sort of individual performance, but Adelaide still were able to win. So
And Rory Legg got 2 in his 200.
yeah, and he was, you know, the best man on the ground. So, yeah, Laird just continues to go from strength to strength. He is white hot at the moment.
Absolutely. You're talking about Matthew Nicks and having a good coaching day. One thing I noticed, he went down to the boundary. And I know a lot of coaches do it, but some like to stay up. I know Ken likes to stay up. He prefers that viewpoint. But I think sometimes and I'm not sure whether you did when you caretake that time, but when you come down, it's almost like a calming influence, I reckon, upon the coach himself.
Well, there's no doubt about that. I lived through it with Neil Craig, who went down on the bench after we were having one of those years where we weren't playing that well. And he talked about you need so much more self-control because you've got trainers, you've got the runner, you've got players, you've got
supporters,
right next to you. And so you have to maintain a level of control. When you're in the coach's box, you feel a little bit more insulated. And so there is times where you see coaches lose their bananas up there and they forget that they're on camera and they just get caught up. There's only 4 or 5 people around and they're all sort of contemporaries as opposed to sort of the lower end of the food chain. So it does offer that. So that's one part of it. But I think more importantly, it just gives you a better connection with the players that are coming off the field. You can sit next to them. You can see how puffed they are and how fatigued they are. You can talk to them about what's happening out there. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? And so you get really much better information. You lose something because you don't see the game anywhere near as well. But if you have the trust in the players, the assistant coaches who are in the box who are giving you good information through your headphones, then, it's pretty comfortable for you.
I actually think the balance would be interesting. If you were losing it upstairs, maybe it's like the assistant coach to go, hey, Biggs,
time to go down.
Yeah, pop down on the boundary and just calm yourself down for a couple of minutes and get a better viewpoint on what's going on.
And I think the other thing is the players appreciate it much more as well because you are a little bit disconnected. Sometimes you come off the field and they say, here, the coach wants to talk to you. So you're still catching your breath. And then the coach is talking to you and you're trying to take all the information in, but you're still really fatigued. So when you're down there face to face, it's a much better conversation that takes place.
Crows have Isaac Rankin. We touched on it yesterday. Put it in the book, apparently. 800,000 for our Monday listeners that might not have heard the call yesterday. Your views on that?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting one. So firstly, I don't think anyone's going to say no to Isaac Rankin. No. He's going to be an exceptional player. He has a few things that Adelaide don't have, which is X factor, speed, and he drags people. So he's a goal kicker. He drags people through the gate. My concerns are if you're going to invest $4 million over 5 years, I would think you want to invest it in the area that you need it most. And for me, Adelaide need midfielders, high quality midfielders most. And you've just taken Josh Rochelli last year at pick 6, and now you're going to take another small forward, which is probably going to cost you a first-round draft pick again. So if you go back before you took Josh Rochelli and you said, we've got 2 picks, number 6 and number 6, what do we need? I don't think anyone on this management would say we need 2 small forwards. And so there's that element of it. I understand that there's people that are really confident that Josh Rochelli is going to turn into a midfielder, and that's they would know that much more than what I would. But on the face value, 2 small forwards for 2 first-round draft picks, I don't think that's the real need. But like I said, you're not going to knock it back. People say, well, who else are you going to take? Well, Josh Dunkley's out there, for example. He's a 6'3" premiership midfielder at 25 years of age, who's probably played third banana for his whole career. What could he do if he comes to a club and is that key sort of tallish mid who can play a little bit forward as well?
We'll find out at Albert.
Exactly right. But and I haven't.
You can have him.
But there's others as well. There's you mentioned Elijah Hollands yesterday, who's once again a top 5 or 6 pick.
He's coming on.
Yeah, and he's took a little bit of time to get over that knee injury. The selling point would be, well, you're going to be behind Rowell and Anderson and Took Miller for the next how many years? Here's an opportunity to come and once again be the number 1 guy. So I'm not critical because you never say no to a good player, but is he or are the club addressing their absolute need, I reckon, for a high-quality midfielder that is, I think, pivotal to every grand final, top 4 premiership side? You need more. You need even more than one. You need a couple that are in the top 10 in the competition. You look at Melbourne, they've got Petrarca and Oliver. You look at
Viney.
Well, he's third banana. If you look at the Western Bulldogs last year, it was Bontempelli, it's McRae, it's Liberatore, Treloar, and Dunkley. So Dangerfield and Duncan and
Selwood and
Co. and Guthrie, who was an All-Australian last year. So that every top team has got them, and I reckon that's the area of depth that Adelaide need to add to.
Now, this is under notice, the Cafe de Villiers text. You can think about this during the break, Bix. I'll read it to you. But John Olsen called a snap board meeting Saturday around noon. We're going to discuss that on the back of this text as well. Please ask Bix on the Cafe de Villiers text line if he would consider joining the AFC board if approached by the AFL. Don't answer now. Don't smile. Don't smirk.
Tease.
Have a little think. Have a little think after the break.
More to come from Mark Bigley from Again Real Estate. The other one you can chime in on is Patrick Cripps has been offered 2 weeks as suspected. Careless, high impact and high contact. He will miss the games against Melbourne and against Collingwood. You might have a thought on that. Tim, Bix and Rowey. More to come right after this short break. Buying a Mazda, selling, trading in or getting your car serviced, it's got to be Edwardstown Mazda.
At South Plimpton, look out for emergency waterworks crossroad near Marion Road. At Hope Valley, lights are playing up there. Lower North East Road near Wonga Road. And Port Adelaide, look out for a blackout causing a hazard with traffic lights. That's St Vincent Street near Commercial Road. Busy right now, Marion Road near Cross Road with a camera, Seaview Road at Henley Beach. An average of 83 people die on Australian rail lines each year. A moment of distraction could change your life forever. Stand back, look up, stay rail safe. A message from the Government of South Australia. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey speaks to star players from the Power, thanks to PuraTap. Get a PuraTap from $49 upfront on a payment plan. T's and C's at puratap.com.au.
Time now to find out what's making news in the Channel 7 newsroom as we welcome Jane Doll to the show. And Jane, what's the Premier been up to?
Well, that's a very good question. He seems to have gone to ground a bit today after a decision that he appears to have initiated to hand back the donation, the 6-figure donation from the CFMEU. Home invaders have posed as police and bashed 2 victims with a baseball bat and robbed them at Mile End. This next story is sickening. As many as 200 women could be victims of a massage therapist facing court at the moment. The risks of rechargeable lithium batteries are highlighted after an Anzac Highway house fire, and a drive-by shooting at Seaford has left a woman and her 3 children uninjured but rattled, as you would be. Now in sport, Callum Peters, the Australian boxer, won silver but not without controversy. There's many people in the boxing fraternity think he should have won gold, but his family from Davarin Park says they couldn't be prouder. We'll also have a wrap-up as the Commonwealth Games is coming to a close, and Nick Kyrgios has claimed his first title in something like 3 years. We'll have details tonight at 6 in 7 News. See you then.
Plenty happening. Thanks, Jane. Jane Doll and all the team at Channel 7. There's only one choice, 7 News, tonight at 6.
G'day, it's Mark Bickley. Schools, councils and businesses all over South Australia choose Leader Computers for very important reasons. Leader is local and exceptional value. No matter what happens, Leader can be on site to fix your problem. No overseas or interstate call centres to deal with. Plus, Leader Computers is a 100% owned and operated South Australian company, offering fast same-day delivery and setup. That's why so many organisations rely on Leader. Google Leader Computers to find your closest Leader reseller.
Gliderol has manufactured and installed garage doors in SA since 1974, and their commitment to quality is as strong as ever. So if it's time for a new look for your house or time to upgrade, why not now? Order a new roller door, sectional door or customer designer door with operator by December 30th and you'll receive a free premium operator upgrade and 2 bonus handsets. For a free measure and quote and helpful advice, search Gliderol today. Retail customers only, T's and C's apply.
Big's in here, Timmy G and your good self. Are you ready to turn your dreams into reality? Are you? Because the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is back and there are more big prizes than ever.
I'll be expecting an envelope very soon. My wife absolutely loves this, and my kids as well. They all buy one, so it comes in the door and hopefully maybe we could be living mortgage free. Who wouldn't want to do that right now? I'll tell you what, it'd be marvellous. It could be you. Just imagine sinking your feet into the sand at Somerton Park Beach or just metres away from your $3 million fully furnished Scott Salisbury home.
Here's the thing, the early bird, you win $250,000 cash. They've thought of everything, this one. The earlier you get in, the more draws you are in.
Oh, love it. Early ticket holders could win a share of $1 million in payday prizes as well, and $1 million in early bird prizes. And it's not just your life that could change. You're also helping South Australia's healthcare heroes to provide the best care for you and your loved ones when you need it most.
Tickets on sale now. Visit homelottery.com.au.
You've been hiding it for months. You covered it up, and now you don't know what to do. But it's not as bad as you think. You can still make it right. Because Walker Crash Repairs can fix that scrape on your caravan. Chances are your insurance will cover it, so give them a call. Walker Crash Repairs, for easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Don't hide it, fix it with Walker Crash Repairs, your RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
We're for bringing you great savings at The Advertiser. Subscribe today and enjoy 7-day newspaper home delivery plus digital access for just $1 a day for the first 3 months. Search The Advertiser offer today. Min cost $31. Conditions apply.
Good morning, Graham. Hey, Gray.
Graham, great to see you. Okay.
That was Graham before he went to Ultramatic for a CPAP machine. It's so small, he doesn't even know he's wearing it. So he gets a great night's sleep and wakes up like,
oh, group hug, everyone. Come on.
Ultramatic CPAP machines. Truly life-changing. Ultramatic.com.au.
Scraped your caravan? Your insurance should cover that. Speak to Walker Crash Repairs and let them fix it.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 5. Mark Bigley's here. Thanks to McGain Real Estate.
Cafe de Villiers Tex asked Bix if he would consider joining the AFC board if approached by the AFL.
Ooh.
Who will have a say in this?
By who? The AFL?
By the AFL.
Wow. No, not right now because my principle is that you can't work in the media and be on the board. I just don't think it works. I think there's been too many occasions where you become the spokesperson for the board, and that's not what you are if you're just a regular board member. And so, on principle, I would never do both.
Footy manager?
How did you think Eddie
List
Maguire
manager?
handled it for all those years? Do you think that, unfortunately, he
well,
was crossed over?
He's the chair, so he's effectively the spokesperson anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but what ends up happening is, so if when you're on the board, you're in possession of sensitive information. So I could not come in here and put my hand out for a paycheck and you ask me a question and what do? Lie to you or not tell you the sensitive
We'd get
information?
it out of you.
Yeah.
So you
can't.
you're just conflicted.
Yeah.
So
We'll
my
see.
principle just says I couldn't do it.
Okay, so John Olsen called a snap board meeting Saturday. We still haven't heard a press release or a press conference or anything. I assume they're still deliberating over whatever it is they were deliberating with the agenda. I think the agenda item was the camp, and the agenda item are the board members that were presiding in 2018 that are still there now.
Mm-hmm.
What's your feel about all of that?
Well, look, there's just, as we said after the game yesterday, we had this discussion. Still at the moment, there tends to be such a gap between the two parties from what the players have said, and we've heard about the doctor's report, to the people that have seen the doctor's report and have given it the thumbs up. So unless you've actually seen the doctor's report, unless you've seen or heard what's been tabled at board meetings, it's hard to pass judgment on the board because how much did they know? And
come on, Biggs.
No. So that's the first part about it. But then the second part is, if you didn't know, you had how robust a conversation or how hard did you work to try and find out that information?
If you didn't know, it's one fault, and if you did know, it's another fault. But they're both faults either way.
But so it seems like a lot of people are hearing this for the first time, and that seems incredulous, doesn't it? The stuff that's coming out.
I don't want
now,
to lay it all at Linda Fellowes' feet, but she is a police officer, a police person of high regard whose job is to investigate and police.
But here's a scenario.
So she would have to be putting her head on the pillow at night thinking, But Kate Ellis, also Rod Jemison, Mark Rashudo. It doesn't just all fall at Mark Rashudo's feet. It has to lay at all of them, jointly and equally.
Yeah, well, once again, there's a whole range of ways you can do it. I'll give you some things that people have been saying today. People say Mark's the football director, so it's his portfolio. So he's got a much greater insight into what should be happening in the football department. So
and he's the conduit between the footy department and the board. So he would present to the board, this is what's happening.
The other part is Brett Burton. A lot of it's going to fall at the feet of Brett Burton and Don Pike, because from the outside, it looks like they're the people that have driven this and said that this is what we need to do. Yeah.
Stamped it.
Well,
yep.
Mark is part of the team that employed Brett Burton. Now, Brett was a novice in that position. Brett was the fitness, strength and fitness, and he was
got parachuted in
because at late notice.
But it was an exhaustive interview stage.
But you still have to make sure that you support people who are new in their role so that they, for want of a better term, don't make rookie errors, because it's his first year or two in the position. So there's a few people who are down that school of thought who said, have they done enough? But then there's other people that say, well, what happens if some of the people on the board had spoken to Taylor Walker or Rory Sloane, and they said, well, we've asked the players, and the players that I've spoken to have given us a glowing report, which pretty much Rory did when you interviewed him last week. And so they might say, I've spoken to 3 or 4 players, or 5 or 6. Well, they could have spoken to 10. And the overwhelming majority might have said that the camp was good for me. So once again, if you're not in possession of all the information, you can sometimes make a statement where you seem a little bit silly when all the information comes out. So I'm hesitant to do that.
Bix, how can they get a resolve? How can they get a resolve to this whole situation?
Yeah, good question. I wish I had an answer, because I think, like a lot of Crows fans, I'm hurting at the moment because I hate it when people say the Adelaide Footy Club's an embarrassment, and there are people who could say that and keep a straight face and say that's where we're at the moment. And there are a lot of good people who work at the Adelaide Footy Club and have been involved for a long time that are, I think, a little bit embarrassed of where this is sitting at the moment. I don't know how you instantly snap your fingers and make it good. I don't think there is that's not on the table. I don't know how you can do that. But what you have to do is you have to start by an admission that this is wrong and that this was a really, I don't know what the word is, shameful part of our history. And when you do that unreservedly and make that apology, you can then move forward from there. I think the next part is people want accountability. I don't think that the Crows fans will just be happy to say, well, it must have just been Don Pike, Andrew Fagan and Brett Burton. If that's all that it was and they're now no longer there, then I'm not sure that's going to be enough for the supporters, because I'm gauging an anger and a resentment amongst a supporter group that I haven't felt for a long time. And I don't think that the people that have already gone, I don't think that the general supporter base think that that's enough.
No, it got to a point where Bill Sanders rung in. He did. It's untenable for those board members. We've known them. If John Olsen doesn't do anything about that other than an apology, then I think he will then fast become part of the problem.
Bix, tell us about McGain before you leave us.
Well, indeed, McGain Real Estate. If you're selling, they have buyers ready to go right now. Sold by McGain again. McGain Real Estate, they're a great company. We deal with them all the time. Mike, Zoe and his team of
terrific
great salespeople. We love them. So support them, please.
Good on you, Bix. Thank you for that. We'll see you on Friday. Take some cake on your way out. Now, it is time to play FIVEaa's Food, Fuel or Footy. We have the chance for you to win one of 3 prizes to help put some cash back in your pocket. Here are your choices. $200 worth of food, $200 fuel voucher, or a night out watching Port Adelaide take on the Crows in Showdown 52 with a $100 dinner voucher. All 3 are great. Give us a call now if you want to play. 8223 0055 with more stores close to home and everyday low prices. Great food lives at Foodland. They are the mighty South Aussies.
The FIVEaa Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. FIVEaa Breakfast.
So the Animal Justice Party, they want a proposed VetiCare scheme introduced in South Australia with the aim of easing strain on pet owners in the animal welfare system.
So people without pets are paying for people with pets to get...
Well, I presume so.
Informing Adelaide.
I don't think I've ever heard a dumber idea in my life. I mean, at what point does government stop doing everything? If you want to go and buy a cat, shouldn't you have thought that through?
6 a.m. weekdays on FIVEaa.
Introducing Australia's Most Wanted. Unanimously judged as Cars of the Year. The fully electric Kia EV6, winner of Wheels Car of the Year. And the Kia Sportage, Drives Car of the Year. To pick your side in this sibling rivalry, visit kia.com.au.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
What starts with A and ends with E? Supplements for you and me.
FIVEaa health supplements are now available at leading chemists and health food stores nationwide. Ask for FIVEaa at your favourite pharmacy.
This is Adelaide's FIVEaa.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. The Fair Work Commission is weighing up whether to increase the pay packets of more than 200,000 aged care workers across the nation. An Adelaide massage therapist charged with assaulting 2 female clients at a Glenelg clinic allegedly assaulted up to 200 other women. Former SA Senator Rex Patrick has confirmed he'll put his hat in the drawer and run for Lord Mayor of Adelaide, and the Western Bulldogs have re-signed Bailey Smith until the end of 2024. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At South Plimpton, emergency waterworks crossroad near Marion Road. At Hope Valley, lights are playing up on Lower North East Road near Awonga Road. At Port Adelaide, there's a blackout causing a hazard with traffic lights on St Vincent Street near Commercial Road, and we're quite busy in Marion Road near Crossroad. Got a camera, West Beach Road, West Beach, and May Terrace at Brooklyn Park. If you don't already know, Krispy Kreme deliver their delicious donuts fresh daily to OTR stores. So what are you waiting for? OTR. Making life easy. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 7. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 18. Currently it's 13 degrees. More news at 6 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
And the Polar Air Heating and Cooling Salesperson of the Month is... no one. Again. Polar Air Heating and Cooling don't have a sales department. The person that comes to you for a free no-obligation quote is a qualified installer, not someone chasing a commission. So, you'll get exactly what you need. No steak knives. Get ahead of the weather. We're ready to install your air conditioner now. Polar Air Heating and Cooling. For when your lair is unbearable. polarairhc.com.au.
There you go. Geez, I'm proud of you. But look how far you've come in such a short time. You'll be the talk of the street. Anyway, I know you do a great job. There's a veranda. Because I built you. Anyways, stay golden.
At My Living Outdoors, our tradespeople take building Adelaide's best pergolas and verandas personally. Because if it's not good enough for them, it's not good enough for you. mylivingoutdoors.com.au.
25 to 6. It's never too hard to imagine having the perfect bathroom at home. But what does it damn well cost? That's one of the great things about Biourban bathrooms and kitchens. When they renovate a bathroom, they do it to suit your budget. In fact, David Cox, he's a ripper, and the incredible team Biourban can show you how to do a lot more with less. Big Port man, he actually rang me. He said, I can't wait to Timmy to give you a cauliflower ear.
And his lovely partner Tammy as
well.
well.
Beautiful. Yes, there you go. The plan, look, they just plan every detail. It means you know exactly how much it'll cost and what the outcome will be. Your bathroom is without doubt one of the most important rooms in your house. It's an investment too. Get it right and it'll add incredible value and appeal to your home. Get it wrong and you'll be living with it forever. You sell your house, you say to the realtor, it's a Biourban bathroom and kitchen.
Up in value.
Guess what happens? For bathrooms, visit biourban.com.au. Adelaide Home Renovation Experts.
Scraped your caravan? Don't worry. Call Walker Crash Repairs, your RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
24 minutes to 6.
Hey, singing.
Head nod doesn't count. Not away, Timmy. Not away. Ned McHenry not too far away, and some greatness in Glen Boss very, very shortly. But time to play Food, Fuel, or the Footy, all thanks to Foodland, the mighty South Aussies. Tim?
How easy's this? Jody, hello.
Hello, Timmy.
Jody, you are a winner.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Jody, how easy is that? Food, Fuel, or Footy? Pick one. Pick one, Jody.
Food, please, Rowey.
Food it is. Thanks to Foodland, a $200 voucher for you.
Amazing. Thank you.
Well played, Jody. How easy was that? It's got to be the easiest competition ever.
Now, lovely Jody, you will always go down as the person to receive $200 from Foodland, the first gift that Timmy ever gave out. So that is an honour to you, Jody.
That's pretty special. Thank you.
Fantastic.
I'll
See, you put a smile on everyone's face.
Put on an envelope for you.
Oh, you can hand deliver it to Nan.
I'm not paying for the stamp.
Joe, well done. We're doing this all week.
We are indeed. We love this. We love Foodland, the mighty South Aussies. I'd almost get you to sing, but you know the no singing rule. Just quickly before we get to Bossy, what are you choosing if you had the choice?
I'm going to footy. I am going to see the showdown. Absolutely. It'll be a cracker.
Yeah.
What I love about Showdown, it just keeps delivering. That's what I love about it.
You're in the sandcastle, mate. You're going to get some sand. I'd definitely get the food. I'm like Jody, because the value at Foodland is sensational. Fruit and veg.
Good call.
All right.
Dunny rolls, everything.
Well, the great news is not just this week, but next week too. So thanks again to Foodland, the mighty South Aussies. More stores close to home and everyday low prices. Great food lives at Foodland. Another legend in the studio.
I'll tell you what, Row, this is a big moment. Adelaide and Wallaroo will join racing history when they play host to the 18-carat gold Lexus Melbourne Cup next week as part of its milestone 20th annual Lexus Melbourne Cup tour. And joining us in the studio, this is unbelievable, triple Melbourne Cup winning jockking, Glenn Boss. G'day, mate.
G'day, lads. Good to be
here.
here.
Well,
I'm embarrassed. You're embarrassing me.
Oh, mate. And, of course, you rode our own Maccabee Diva, of course. What a horse and what a great time that was for the Cup. And it must have been very special for you, mate.
Yeah, not only just for me. She took everyone on that incredible journey and probably did something that we may never, ever see again. And one of your own, South Australian, Lincoln girl. She did us very proud, didn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this tour, tell us all about it. And it's actually quite the regional benefit that they get out of it. The 24 towns will go into like the barrier draw for the Melbourne Cup, and if they win, they get 50,000 towards a community.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. You know, the VRC have put this concept that started a long time ago. This is 20th year, so
wow.
Yeah, it's all about regional and country. This year, there's 33 destinations the Cup's going to go to, and I can speak from personal experience. When people see this thing, their faces just light up. You know, it's just I don't know. It's a magical piece of hardware. It's probably the most iconic trophy in Australian sport.
Well, I'm a bit nervous because Rowey's got the white gloves on. You're only allowed to handle it with the white gloves on.
Correct. Until you own it.
And yes, until you own it. But don't drop it, Stephen, because it's worth $275,000.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, 18-carat gold. Yeah, it's just something to behold. I still look at mine. It's a long time ago since I won them, and I still just look at them sometimes and just go, "Wow, that's pretty cool." You know,
you'd get a 6-pack in the top of that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, the big one you get a few jugs of that. You might get a whole bottle of Penfolds Grange would probably go in that one.
Which has been.
I've had a go at that too. Oh yeah, it's never tasted better.
Can I just go back? My co-host Timmy, he's a legend here, boss. If you didn't know, I mean, you've rode 90. Group 1s, he's won 90 sample flags.
Yes.
Did he pronounce the horse correctly?
I call it, there's a couple of ways. Mackay Diva, Maccabee Diva. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's never offended.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Well, I've ridden Mackay Diva, is how I call it. All hands and heels at Port Lincoln.
Yes.
When I had probably about 6-pack too many down my tonsils. Have you been there? Have you seen it? Have you...
I have, I've been there, and I never got to sat on her there, but we spent every time we won the Cup, we were in Lincoln for about a week after the 4 days of Carnival at Flemington. Yeah. We were actually over Lincoln partying like heads off for about a week. Great times.
Awesome. How's retirement?
I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Every day.
21, you retired? Yeah?
Yeah, only last year, so I'm 22 now. Probably retired a bit young.
Okay.
But I have lots to do.
Pull your top up. Have you got a little bullnose veranda there?
Starting to get a little...
Oh, no!
I'm starting to get a little...
Bossy, he's got a little bullnose veranda. Glider Old Garage Doors, right there.
Mate. It's well earned, let me tell you.
Let me tell you. We've got a fair way to go to catch up with me. What do you miss? Do you ride? Do you get on a horse?
I just probably miss the boys, you know, the camaraderie in the room. That's what I really miss because we were a pretty tight bunch. And, you know, obviously, listen, I rode for 37 years and probably 30-odd years at a very high level. You know, I thought I would miss that. I tell you what, probably will hit me hard when I go to spend the 4 days at the Carnival at Flemington, because that's our holy grail. That 4 days we work hard for all year to be there and be healthy. And I retired after our 4 days last year, and I think I'll get back there this year. And I'm doing stuff with Channel 10 for the 4 days, which I'm going to be so looking forward to. But I think when I walk into the sheds and see the boys, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a bit emotional because that was everything I lived for was those 4 days. And obviously the first Tuesday in November, 3 o'clock we spent our whole year making sure that we were on our game and on that for that moment, because that was what we lived for.
Wow, awesome, unbelievable. Mate. So you're allowed to have a flutter now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I handed in my licence, so I'm officially allowed to have a bet. And you wouldn't believe I'm not a punter. I've got little interest in betting.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so it's just something that I've never been involved in all my life.
It'll save you a lot of money.
Damn it!
It saved me a lot of money.
I was going to really befriend you there. Yeah. Just get a couple of tips.
You'd be hopeless. I'm hopeless. I promise you.
I am too. Yeah. Timmy, you have a bit of a flutter, don't you?
Absolutely. I'm a good 5 each way man. Don't worry about that. But it goes only one way, unfortunately. That never comes back. That's the only problem. Hey, mate, you actually in Adelaide tonight. You've got a Penfolds event. You've got an event at Lexus.
Yes, absolutely.
And then it's off to Wallaroo.
Well, Lexus Melbourne Cup, obviously, yeah. So I'm looking forward. It's the first one I've been involved in, to come to Adelaide, which is a special place for me. I love Adelaide, and obviously to get out to Wallaroo and check their scene out there, and obviously with Lexus, the major sponsor, and they've come on board again. I think they've just announced not long ago that they're sponsoring the race, the great race, for a few more years. So, to have Lexus on board, an iconic company. Is obviously very big for the Cup, but I'm really looking forward to getting to immerse myself. We're going to some schools here,
great.
And once again, you take this trophy to schools. The kids just get an absolute. You think they don't know, and honestly, you don't think, these young kids, but they get a grasp of it very quickly, and that's where I found out about when I was a kid at school. So, really looking forward to getting amongst the community.
Awesome, and I believe you're going to. Star of the Sea Aged Care. That'll be nice for you. Might have a cup of tea out of the cup.
Well, I think that's when I'll pick up Letzi, isn't it?
Hey, that'll get back. He rode more winners than you.
Yeah.
He keeps telling us 2,600.
Yeah, he's my best. He's one of my great mates, Letzi, and don't worry, he'll chip. If he's hearing this, he would be here listening to Nova. He'll probably chip me as soon as he sees me.
The punter's power, we called him. Friday bets with Johnny Letts.
Yes, he loves it, doesn't he?
You jockeys all stick together. Bossy, this is Roll Gold. Thanks for bringing in the Lexus Melbourne Cup. We love it. What do they call it, Timmy? The race that stops a nation?
The race that stops a nation, and I'll do it again.
You've brought it in. You are Rolled Gold. A lot of us have won a lot of money on your back, or sort of, or with you.
We love you, Bossy. I'm glad to help.
Well done, mate, and thanks for your time.
No, thanks, guys. Really appreciate you giving me the time.
The great Glenn Boss and the 2020 Lexus Melbourne Cup. If you'd like to find out more details about the tour around the country, you can visit more at melbournecuptour.com.au. Ned McHenry is on the way very shortly from the Adelaide Crows. Let's check the traffic first for your drive home. If you're buying a Mazda, selling, trading in, or getting a new car service, it's got to be Edwardstown Mazda.
At South Plimpton, emergency waterworks, Cross Road near Marion Road. At Port Adelaide, blackout causing a hazard with traffic lights on St Vincent Street near Commercial Road. At Hope Valley, lights are playing up on Lower North East Road near Awonga Road, and we're getting busy Main North Road near Grand Junction Road. Cameras Northcote Terrace, Medindi, and Sir Donald Bradman Drive and Brooklyn Park. The TV shock of the year happens tonight. The Block Walkout will rock Australia. Don't miss it. The new season of The Block, 7:30 tonight on 9 and 9 Now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moments.
Total shock and disbelief.
All right, so Timmy's already made Jody from Nan's Day giving $200 away thanks to FIVEaa. What about $900 thanks to the Barreau Hotel Group? The Perfect Meal, the Albion, the Birkenhead Tavern, the Excelsior, the Sundowner in Whaler. If you know that mystery sporting moment, 8223 0055 $900 could be yours.
America.
Correct. We'll play after this.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Each Tuesday afternoon on Rowey's Sports Show, AFL icon and Hall of Fame legend Kevin Sheedy joins Rowey to discuss all the key AFL issues. Thanks to BL Shipway, a South Australian institution looking after SA's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years.
Mini Jumbuck, now in McLaren Vale, make Australia's favourite wool bedding products, proudly made right here in South Australia. Mini Jumbuck uses the finest Australian wool to handcraft their quilts, mattress toppers, pillows and more. Sleeping with wool allows your body to adjust to its ideal temperature, so you'll sleep more peacefully and wake refreshed. If you're looking to improve your quality of sleep, start with a visit to Mini Jumbuck McLaren Vale today, open 7 days. Mini Jumbuck McLaren Vale, Australian made, Australian owned.
Get in here, it's Sheeds. We don't have the time to mess around, we can't afford any more downtime, and we need a result. It's about trust, and for hydraulic hose repairs, Ryco 24/7 are the ones. They'll get to you wherever you are. Their vans are on the road with fully qualified repairers, and they are supported by that other great South Australian team, BL Shipway, who I've known for over 30 years. Call Ryco 24/7 on 133247 or visit ryco247.com.au.
Great news for people on the move. Budget Car and Truck Rental have a new location just north of the city at 354 North East Road, Clemzig. Open 7 days a week. So, if you're moving out or in, taking a load to the tip or going on a big trip, you can do it all with Budget Car and Truck Rental. 7 metro locations, including their new site at Clemzig. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
It pays to have a Credit Union SA bonus savings account. As in, it literally pays up to 2.5% per annum interest. Each month you make a deposit of any amount with no withdrawals. Deposit $1 or $1,000. Either way, you can earn up to 2.5% per annum interest each month. Now, the legally stuff. Consider the terms and conditions before applying. Interest rates are subject to change. Save your way. Open a Credit Union SA bonus savings account today.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Look, we get it. Nobody likes to wait, especially for a new car. That's why Wavell and Southern Mitsubishi would like to give you something cool to do in the meantime, like giving you a $50 gift voucher. Spend it any way you like while waiting for your new car to arrive. Take a test drive today for your $50 gift voucher. T's and C's apply. Only at Wavell and Southern Mitsubishi. Driven by Australian Motors.
Like shocks shooting through your body.
That's how some people describe their shingles pain. Shingles is caused by the reactivation of the chickenpox virus. While most people recover fully, up to 25% may experience long-term complications.
I had to cancel all my plans and struggled to work.
Up to 1 in 3 people risk developing shingles in their lifetime.
If you're 50 or over, don't let shingles affect your plans.
Talk to your doctor for more information. Individual symptoms may vary. Sponsored by GlaxoSmithKline Australia, Melbourne.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moment.
Total shock and disbelief.
Total shock and disbelief. Let's see if we can give away $900 thanks to the Burrows.
All right, we got Brian on the line from Port Noarlunga. G'day, Brian.
Yeah, I'm going good, thanks.
Did you hear that, my friend, or would you like to hear it again?
Total shock and disbelief.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Just going to give me a couple of ticks.
Just have a guess, Brian.
Yeah, have a go, mate.
Total shock and disbelief.
Ned McHenry's waiting, Brian.
Melbourne Cup.
Right.
John Lee's winning.
Last time we checked,
sorry,
not
mate.
in America, that particular event.
America is the clue.
Kentucky
Brian,
Derby,
$50 Bro Hotel Group. You will absolutely love that. Done.
No,
Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you, Larry.
Thanks, buddy.
mate. See, even if you lose, you win because you get the
$50.
$50.
Happy days.
For
So
bros.
tomorrow we had another $50 to that, and a new clue coming up at $1,000. So
Are
we
you
look
going to tell
forward
Tim
to
because
that.
you don't tell me who it is?
Nope.
No.
He might be a bit loosey.
Is
like
he a bit?
yourself.
Are you a bit loose lip sync sips?
No.
No.
Good thing
You're
is,
solid, mate.
bad memory, so it doesn't matter. I'll forget anyway.
That's right. What? Who? What do we play? Every week we catch up with one of the Crows' stars, thanks to Jarmus Kitchen Bowden. It is a casual eatery for any occasion. It's fancy, made easy.
Well, it was a terrific win by Adelaide over the Eagles. Joining us, Crows. Well, I call him the angry little ant in the calls because he is Ned McHenry. Ned, well played and great win.
Hey, Rowey. Hey, Tim. Don't know about the angry little ant, Rowey, but yeah, I appreciate it, mate. Good win.
We called the game. How loud was it? 50,000. Would that be close to the biggest crowd you've ever played in?
Yeah, I reckon it was, mate. It was definitely the loudest crowd, I hate to say. There's bloody loud crowds with the showdowns in SA, but they were next level over there when Jacobs kicked the goal. So it was a bloody awesome game and a great crowd to play in front of.
Turned into the JK show. That crowd, as we said, he kicked 8. You still got the job done, which I'm proud of the group. You know what? Even in the end, Ned, calling it, I was barracking for JK.
Yeah, I think everyone was, mate. It's hard, isn't it? Like, as a footy fan, even as a Crows player, it was hard not to enjoy kind of watching him put some of those goals away as obviously a legend of the game. So, yeah, it was a good result in the end, him kind of getting a finish like that, but us all getting the result that we wanted going over there.
And Ned, you got off to a fast start. That was really impressive. That must have gave the whole group a lot of confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was important as well. I mean, we spoke about that. We've had some games previously where we haven't gotten on the front foot and it's made it hard, and as well with that big crowd and, you know, I suppose that the atmosphere of the game and the crowd, we needed to start well, so it was important we did.
And when you get to that point when JK is kicking goals, so he's going really well, how did you just steel yourselves in those moments to go back down the other end? And I thought the fog was particularly good in that moment.
Yeah, there were plenty of players, including Fogg, that kind of just stood up in those crucial moments, in those crucial contests, didn't they? And that was what it was all about. I mean, we came together as lines and as a forward group that I was a part of and just spoke about when it's our time to compete and get our job done. It was important that we did. So, yeah, there were plenty of guys, including Fogg, that did that really well, as you said.
And not to be overshadowed, but Lairdy plays his 200th and plays an absolute ripper. Did you look after him all right afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely. And a focus pre-game as well was just making sure we enjoyed those moments from Lairdy and made it a really memorable game for him, obviously being his 200th. So he had plenty of people over and obviously clearly a good result and a good moment for him to be able to share it with everyone.
Getting some real continuity in that front six, Ned. Last week, 65 inside 50s. This week, you only had 48, but you kicked 16 goals, 6. The conversion, when you get in there, is just elite as a group.
Yeah, I think so. We've had some games where we haven't done that as well, but I think recently we've been pretty good in that space. So it's important we obviously keep that going and keep playing our system. And I think the key word there being system. That's Ral's big thing as our coach. We all play our role and make sure that we convert our opportunities when we get them.
And 8 different goal kickers is always a pleasing thing for the coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they'd be pleased with that. It's a harder group to defend when goals are coming from different avenues. So, again, something that we need to keep doing and finishing off the year strongly with.
Well done. Will Hamill, how is he? I think someone said to me he's his 6th concussion, Ned.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure how many he's had, though, but it sounds probably about right for for Hammer, which is a bit disappointing. But he's in really good spirits, like in remarkably good spirits considering how big the knock was. So, post-game, obviously had a bit of a chat to him, and he seemed pretty up and about considering. But how that looks for him in the next couple of weeks, I'm not too sure.
And Ben Kesey's moved to that half-forward role. Had an absolute blinder the week before. It's not the easiest spot to play, is it, Ned?
Yeah, it's not. Sometimes it is challenging. The thing about Kesey is front of mind for him is always team and playing his role, and he's amazing with that. So as long as he's contributing in the ways that we know internally and playing his role, and there's different little bits and pieces involved with that, and I think he's just as content as he is, going into the midfield and having really prolific games on the stat sheet. So, yeah, for Kesey, it might not have been as big a statistical game. I don't even know how many he had, but he certainly played his role in different ways and was really important for us.
And then the form line is looking very good. Got the Kangaroos home and then a showdown.
Whoa, Nettie!
How you feeling?
Feeling good, yeah. I think any team is difficult to beat in the competition at the moment. I know that's a cliche comment, that's what everyone says, but we really do need to approach every game the same and hopefully just finish off strongly. I mean, the showdown in the last game is going to be a ripper, but we've obviously got North Melbourne next week, so we'll obviously look to that this week.
About 4.5 years ago, there was a camp. There's been a bit bubbling around about it, Ned. Does it get through to the players? Did the coaches address it? Do you even care? You had a couple of players in your team that were involved in the camp. B. Smith, not his best game for the year, and I guess Tex was a bit flat. So can you address that? Was it addressed or it's just play on?
Yeah, Rowey, I'm probably not the best one on that, really, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't here when it happened, and all I kind of hear about it really is through the media and anecdotally, obviously, from some of the senior players that were there. But, yeah, to be honest, I don't think it had any real effect on the game whatsoever. We didn't speak about it during the week. I didn't feel like players were impacted or faced too much. So, I'm, again, probably not the best one to talk through that, but I didn't feel that it had any impact personally.
Fantastic. Well, it didn't. You played well, challenged all the way through and got the result, which was brilliant. 2 weeks left. Timmy said that. You got North at home and then the showdown. The big barrels are still off Port Mac, so get the countdown clock on, Nettie.
Absolutely. We need to just keep him around for a little bit longer, Rowey. Steve out of the way and then we can get down there. Hopefully. I don't know what you're doing, but hopefully get into a barrel or head north, mate, hopefully. Maybe go to Port Lincoln. I haven't been there before, so need to get the boat on the back of the car and go somewhere and go fishing.
Good man, you got my number. Nettie, love your energy and aggression. Rewarded with 2 goals yesterday. Keep it up and thanks for your time.
Beauty. Thanks, Rowey. Thanks, Tim.
See you, mate.
Yeah, Ned McHenry, well done. It is, Timmy, the toughest role in any team, and he does it as good as any. Ned McHenry, our guest.
He certainly was, and the third-generation chef, Chris Jarma, has made it so easy to hold functions now. The legend has opened another room upstairs with a balcony for corporate events, birthdays, in fact, any celebration that you've got. Get in touch with Jarma's Kitchen, Bowden.
The last shout.
Timmy, back tomorrow. Thanks to Cafe de Villiers for the Crows port cake. It wasn't 80-20.
No,
But Mods was
50-50,
happy for
I like
50-50,
it.
and
a
it
good
will
man.
always be 50-50.
Modra!
I reckon you did well enough that this might happen again tomorrow.
Oh, thanks, mate.
I will. No,
See you
no,
then.
don't thank me. You're the boss.
Well, the boss is out the back, so we'll see. We'll see you tomorrow from 4.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
So here's a question. What's behind a pair of glasses? Eyes. And do you know what's behind the glasses at FIVEaa?